I got a call from an acquaintance who had kind of been following me on social media, and he said, "Hey, I'm opening up my own program in Cocoa Beach called Peace Club, and I want you to come down and be my program director." I was like, "Dude, you got the wrong guy. Like, I'm not a leader. I'm not like, I just want my patient in, therapy. I just want to do therapy." And he's like, "You're definitely a leader, and you're definitely like the person I want running my program." So I came down, did an interview and ended up accepting the job. There I learned, how to really develop a program, wrote all the clinical programming, did all the certifications, learned how to run an ethical sober living, a FAR accredited sober living, actually wrote all the protocols for FAR. So that gave me a lot of experience, opening and running a treatment center. From there, I went to work with a 40-bed detox residential facility that was brand new as their program director and primary therapist. Did the same thing, wrote a bunch of clinical programming, kind of got the program up and running. And kind of in between that, I took a job for a now defunct South Florida treatment center. So you got to keep in mind, like I was raised in this field by very ethical individuals. Ethics were constantly pounded in our head. I've never been exposed to the South Florida model, the kind of heads in beds model. And during this time, I took a job doing outreach, which is essentially a marketer for a treatment center. I didn't know that at the time. So I remember we had a girl that wanted to come to our facility. She was in a program already with another company. The company I worked for got in an argument with the company, she was already involved with, and essentially the parents got tired of it and just kind of put her in a flop house in South Florida, and she ended up dying. It was at that point that I took my paycheck, my work-issued computer, my work-issued cell phone, drove an hour and a half to North Palm Beach and put it on the CO's desk and said, "I hope you can live with that girl's death on your conscience." And I knew right then and there that there are so many gaps in the continuum of care, and there are so many areas that need to be corrected in this field that I needed to do something about it. And it was kind of in that time that Beachside Recovery was born. And then, we just kind of got to a point here where it was time to go full time. I was just kind of feeling led that way and called to really fulfill my mission, which is essentially to help individuals get person-centered, individualized, ethical, clinically competent care for their specific presenting issues. Whether that's in an outpatient setting, whether it includes psychiatric, whether that's through the criminal justice system and our forensic evaluations and expert witness services, whether that's through crisis intervention, whether that's through case management, any of our services, whatever services they require to help fill in those gaps so people do not die, because we do not negotiate with people's lives. So one of our main goals too is just to break the stigma associated with mental health and addiction and previous incarceration and assimilation back into society. BRIC, B-R-I-C, is an acronym for Beachside Recovery Interventions and Consulting. And we go hard, just like a brick. Like, we are here to shatter the stigma, so people, can advocate for themselves, and we can advocate for them, and they can build and develop that self-efficacy to really do what they need to do to live their most fulfilled lives.